We're moving into Scorpio season, so the sun is starting to square Pluto. And because Pluto is going to stay in an early degree while Scorpio takes off into its other degrees, this, I think, transit is really going to set the tone and highlight for us, especially if you're heavy fixed energy in your birth chart, your natal chart, or you're going through some fixed transits. This is really going to highlight deep into your psyche how you can use this energy that Pluto is offering and the sun is illuminating for us to continue to transform and go deeper into parts that maybe we didn't have access to before, not because we couldn't get in, right? But we just didn't have the access. We didn't reach that point for whatever reason it is. It doesn't have to be any specific reason. So what I kind of want to look at is, what is the sun illuminating for us when it comes to Pluto? Three of Swords, Three of Cups. The loss in love. And it's kind of like what struck me right away. It's almost in a sense of like playing too small, and how the past hurts that you've had, it's really interesting how it's all coming to me right now, because it flooded, and like trying to translate this is, I just want to be careful, because when you look back at your experiences that brought you happiness and how you've grieved them, maybe you're grieving them now, maybe you didn't even know that you were grieving it, and your concept of grief is different to you now than you knew before. What it's illuminating to you is that you were only in these maybe beginning levels, lower levels. I don't even want to say just maybe young. There's a sense of naivety in this. And what this is illuminating to you is how you can continue to build upon what you've known, but keeping your heart open. I think that's the most important part of all this, is the ability to keep your heart open, because that is what allows you to bring in deeper, more meaningful love that you're wanting to transform. And so it's getting out of a cycle of feeling that you're not going to get what you want in life, or, you know, kind of giving up on, maybe it's love, maybe it's a dream. And this is seeing that, no, everything that I experienced in the past was just helping me get to the point that I need to be now. So what is this past heartbreak, grief? What is this highlighting for you? Knight of Pentacles, Judgment. It's time to clean up and trust that if you've been hurt, it's not you don't need to rely or expect, or nobody knows you anything. And maybe that kind of comes off cold, right? But if you feel pain, if you're feeling hurt and resentment, bitterness towards anybody, they're not the ones that are gonna move you forward. You could use that energy, you can transmute that energy into something else, and you can use it to your benefit. And I think that's what it's saying. You have the choice to either stay stuck in the Three of Swords like we saw, or Three of Cups, coming together and moving on emotionally. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And that's what this is saying. If you want what you were saying with the Knight of Pentacles, your Ten of Pentacles, you need to allow yourself to not focus on anybody getting what they deserve. It's not your place. It's not for you to judge. They will experience whatever they experience because they brought that energy. And You don't need to do the work. It's all being taken care of for you. And maybe, quote unquote, it doesn't have to be for you, right? But people reap what they sow. And it's as simple as that. Don't waste any more energy on worrying about that. All right. So what can help you through this time of deep transformation? Because when, you know, the amount of, I haven't looked into how long Pluto will be in Aquarius, but it's not going back to Capricorn. We're going to be in this energy. And this is something that collectively we can come together and embody deeper and become stronger together, whether it's through ourselves or coming together stronger as a community. So being aware of the things that need to transform early on in this transit, in this experience. You know, we've been going through Pluto being in Aquarius since I think last year or 2023. I can't think off the top of my head, but we've dipped in and out of this energy, and we're going in. This is the deep dive, the psyche, right? This is that Scorpio energy where I think Scorpio and Aquarius balance out well with each other because they're both willing to go deep into something, to create something and transmute. So what can help you through this time? Two of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles. It's like knowing when to hold on to something and knowing when to let go. Your ability to make choices right now, when it comes to everything in your physical life, whether it's how you have certain patterns and habits around your health and your well-being, or the work that you're doing, you always have a choice. If you don't like the choice, you don't have to hold on to it. You can let go. If you're holding on to things sometimes, right? The Four of Pentacles can be kind of a miserly energy sometimes. And so when we see the shadow aspects of those things, it's knowing that I don't have to be greedy. I don't have to hold on to this. I don't have to be in scarcity, because you always have a choice. And if you don't like your choices, sometimes you just have to move through that choice and that feeling and whatever that emotion is bringing up to create what you want to create. So what will help you make those choices, those Two of Pentacles choices, so that you're not holding on to anything, but also learning how to build a solid foundation and knowing what is right for you? Justice, the Sun. Because it feels good, because it feels right, because it feels fair. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Because it's something that you can divinely trust in. And however that comes up for you, being in tune with your body, right? Whatever's illuminated to you right now, right? That's what we're talking about right now. The sun moving into Scorpio, highlighting these things in Pluto, that this is the roadmap for you. This is for you to go into yourself and figure out what feels right to me, what feels like balance. And I think balance, emotional control is something that's the Justice card is kind of saying here as we've moved out of Libra season. You know, even looking back at the last few weeks, what were you doing in this time frame to bring in more balance into your life? And maybe it's things that you didn't expect, but you're seeing how the little steps that you took have paid off, and you're seeing the benefits being illuminated to you. This is a really important time for you. And just don't give up, don't give in, is a feeling that I'm getting. Much love.